Hello, fans and Wildcat Nation. I'm Terrence Gattling alongside my longtime teammate and compadre, Mr. Johnny Vickers. We're here at Municipal Stadium where the Wildcats just took on the Savannah State Tigers. The Wildcats were victorious with a victory. The score, 48-21. Johnny Vickers, the Wildcats in this Speedway offense coming out in the first half were explosive.
Very explosive. In fact, the Wildcats scored on their first 5 out of 6 possessions, okay? Very efficient offense, no turnovers, moving the ball down the field is what you wanted to see and what you expected to see from the Wildcats coming into this game versus Savannah State.
Coming out in the first half of the football game is a question always who's going to start at quarterback. Today was number 14, Quentin Williams. He led the Wildcat offense, like you said, for 5 scores and 6 drives. Talk about Quentin Williams' efficiency today.
Quentin Williams did a good job managing the game today. You really didn't see a lot of what we were normally seeing from Quentin, passing the ball down the field, a lot of the ball in his hands. It was a running backs game today. The running backs really set the pace, starting with Kerry White and Isidore Jackson. They set the tone for this game.
Kerry White finishing off the football game with 7 carries for 69 yards. Isidore Jackson was productive. He had 12 carries for 56 yards. But the 2 running backs I want to talk about tonight, freshmen, babies that stepped up in today's game, Jershawn Nelson and Mr. Michael D. Jones.
Yes, they helped carry some of this load, especially into the second half when Kerry and Isidore were not in the game anymore. Coach decided to take them out. They stepped up, and that's what you like to see from your young running backs. You want to see them step up. You want to give them game time experience, so when it comes down to their future, they're used to this. Now they've been put in the fire. They know what it's like, and they're ready for their time down the road as a Bethune-Cookman Fighting Wildcat.
Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side of the football. In the first half of the football game, the Wildcat defense played a heck of a football game. You had people like LeBrandon Richardson that stayed in there, Eric Williams, Dyron Dye. You also had, for the second week in a row, number 1, Jarkevius Fields coming up with a big-time interception.
He is a man of many talents on that defensive side of the ball. Rushing the quarterback, getting to him, pressuring him, dropping back into coverage, intercepting the ball, like you said, for the second week in a row. He is a person that has really brought a lot of value and a lot of versatility to this Wildcat defense. It's something that you just love to see.
One thing, I know we're talking about BCU right now, but one thing I like to point out, Savannah State is a much improved Savannah State football team from years past. Yeah. When Johnny and I played here, they were kind of the pushovers of the conference. Not so anymore. The Tigers of Savannah State did a great job today offensively when the Wildcats kind of fell asleep in the second half.
Yes, you expect that. When a team falls asleep, when a team doesn't put up the productive numbers that you're used to seeing, any team, like you say, you can get beat any given Saturday. And that's what it was. When the Wildcats, you could say, went to sleep, Savannah State capitalized with 21 points in the 14 points in the second half. And it looked like if this game had gone any longer, they could have put up a few more points on us.
They definitely could have, but good teams find a way to win. The Wildcats did find a way to win today. A big thing for me today was special teams. Preston Cleckley, his punt return. We haven't had a punt return for a touchdown in 2 years right now. Preston almost broke one today.
Yes, his return is the one that set the tone for this game, giving the Wildcats great field position on their first drive for their first score. So when you have good special teams play, special teams wins and loses a game. And they covered well, they returned the ball well. So really, you could say for the most part, because of the win, you had an all-around game from the Wildcats.
Coach Brian Jenkins is always wanting more. That's why the tag for this football season is actually never satisfied. So the Wildcats did a good job today pulling out that victory. So let's talk about next week. It's homecoming. Everybody gets up for homecoming. We have an opponent coming in, South Carolina State University, always a heavyweight battle. Coach Jenkins said it's going to be a star-studded event. I'm going to be here. How about you?
I will be here. And I urge all of you who are watching this to be there too, to come and cheer on your Wildcats. This is going to be a heavyweight slug fight. South Carolina is one of the top teams in the MEAC. They have been winning big over North Carolina A&T and North Carolina Central. You will not want to miss this game.
Like you said, the Speedway offense, longtime coach Buddy Pugh coming down from Orangeburg, South Carolina next week. Coach Jenkins said it's going to be a star-studded event. It's also going to be a heavyweight battle. It's a sold-out game here at Municipal Stadium. So, once again, for Terrence Gattling, Johnny Vickers, and the rest of the Cat Eye Network, thanks for watching, and we'll see you here in Daytona Beach Municipal Stadium next week.